There was a boy named Ethan who loved spending his school days in the library. While other kids played basketball or hung out in the cafeteria, Ethan buried himself in books about science, business, and computers. But instead of respecting his curiosity, other students mocked him. "Hey, look, it's the nerd," they shouted. "Careful, Ethan might try to marry one of his books." Ethan usually stayed quiet, pretending not to hear, but deep down, the words hurt. One day, after weeks of gathering courage, he walked up to a girl he liked, Jessica. She was popular, beautiful, and always surrounded by friends. Ethan nervously asked, "Would you like to go to the school dance with me?" Jessica burst out laughing loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Are you serious?" she sneered. "Why would I date someone who spends all day hiding in the library? You're boring, you're broke, you're embarrassing." The crowd howled with laughter. Standing behind Jessica was her boyfriend, Ryan. Ryan smirked and added, "Don't worry, Ethan. Maybe you can write a love letter to your science textbook instead." Everyone laughed again. Ethan walked away. One summer afternoon, Ethan attended a major technology conference in Los Angeles. He walked in simply dressed. He didn't care about showing off. Suddenly, he heard a familiar voice. Turning around, he saw Jessica and Ryan, still together after all these years. They were walking arm in arm, laughing loudly. Ryan spotted Ethan and grinned. Well, if it isn't little Ethan," Ryan said. "Haven't changed a bit, huh? Still the quiet nerd with no friends?" Jessica smirked. "What are you even doing here?" "Conferences like this are for serious people, not library rats." She looked him up and down. "Let me guess, still renting a tiny apartment, barely getting by?" Ethan just smiled calmly. A little later, the host stepped on stage and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's keynote speaker, the founder and CEO of Ethan Brooks Technologies, Mr. Ethan Brooks." The crowd roared with applause as Ethan walked confidently onto the stage. Jessica and Ryan froze in their seats, their smug smiles vanishing instantly. Ethan delivered a powerful speech about perseverance, innovation, and believing in yourself, even when the world mocks you. Every word cut Jessica and Ryan deeper, reminding them of how they once laughed at the very boy who built an empire out of his passion for learning. Afterward, investors, entrepreneurs, and media surrounded him. And then, another surprise, a sleek black Rolls-Royce pulled up outside. A stunning woman in an elegant dress stepped out. Ethan's wife, Sophia, a successful architect. She kissed him proudly in front of everyone. Moments later, Ethan's mother walked in too, the woman who had encouraged him through years of struggle. Jessica whispered under her breath, That can't be his wife." "No way," Ryan muttered. "And that car, oh my God." Ethan walked over to them with Sophia and his mom at his side. He looked them straight in the eyes and said softly, "Back in school, you laughed at me for loving books. You called me boring, poor, and embarrassing. But those books became the foundation of everything I have today." Comment yes if you like Ethan.